The Holy Gospel according to St. John, the 13th chapter.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Now before the festival of the Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The devil had already put it into the heart of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray him. And during supper, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going to God, got up from the table, took off his outer robe, and tied a towel around himself. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel that was tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered, "You do not know now what I am doing, but later you will understand." And Peter said to him, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no share with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head." And Jesus said to him, "One who has bathed does not need to wash except for the feet, but is entirely clean. And you are clean, though not all of you." For he knew who was to betray him. For this reason he said, "Not all of you are clean." After he had washed their feet, had put on his robe, and had returned to the table, he said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for that is what I am. So if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set an example that you also should do as I have done to you. Very truly I tell you, servants are not greater than their master, nor are messengers greater than the one who sent them. If you know these things, you are blessed if you do them. Now the Son of Man has been glorified, and God has been glorified in him. If God has been glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself and will glorify him at once. Little children, I am with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and as I said to the Jews, so now I say to you, where I'm going, you cannot come. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another, just as I have loved you. You also should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Christ.
Please be seated. I'm Philip. You know, one of the 12. Matthew, James, John, Peter, Judas Iscariot, the one we call Judas the Zealot. You know what I'm talking about? Thomas. I'm one of the 12. I'm Philip. And I'm here at this place tonight because this is where we're going to celebrate Passover. And I'm really glad because it's been really strange. You know, we've been following the teacher for a long time, and such odd things have happened. I've seen such amazing things. And I've heard such amazing things. So, we've had some really interesting times together. It's always amazing. It's something different each day. It makes me think more than I've ever thought before. So I'm glad to be here tonight for Passover. it finally feels normal. You know, I'm here a little early to set up, so I've got a few things to set into place and get together before everyone gets here. Oh, this table's taller than I remember. Well, you know, it's less than a week ago that we came to Jerusalem, and that was strange too, you know. We came in near the Mount of Olives and near Bethphage, and then the master stopped and said, you know, you need to go into town and get a donkey's coat for me. And I thought, well, good. We can ride a little bit on the way in, each take a turn, you know. But he got on the donkey. And as we came into Jerusalem, there were people everywhere. They're laying down palms. They're singing hosannas. Well, I wasn't going to ask him to move off the donkey and take a turn. So we rode in Jerusalem that way. People singing hosanna. Blessed is the Lord who has come to be King of Israel. And they must have heard about all the things that Jesus had been doing. And we were amazed and, quite honestly, a little afraid, because they were saying such amazing things about Jesus, and people were making claims that they'd heard something and they knew something, and they were saying that he was going to be king. And he'd never talked to us that he would come into Jerusalem and just take over. And so we were confused, and we thought, is this a time when Jesus is going to just take over everything? And, you know, it was so strange. None of us had expected anything like this to happen. And as we got into town, we realized there were some people that were really threatened by this idea of someone coming in and taking over. And so we thought it was really important to, you know, not be seen for a while. So we've been kind of quiet the last couple days. And even our meeting tonight, we're trying to do without a lot of people knowing about it. So when I got here, the teacher was already here, and he's in the back. He's where we have the ritual cleansing water. And as I came through the door, he said, I'm going to wash your feet. My feet were a little dirty, and so I let him wash my feet. And then he said, as others show up, let them know to come in through that door. So I'm supposed to sit here and wait, look out this window, and greet the people as they come in. So I actually see Matthew down. Hello, Matthew. You're supposed to come in through where the ritual cleansing water is. Master wants to wash your feet. I know. That's what he said he wants to do. So now just behind Matthew, I see James and John. James, John, hello? Yes, I could hear you coming, you sons of thunder. I could hear you a mile off. No, it's not because of your size. It's because of how loud you are. Master wants you to go to the back, and you're going to get your feet cleaned before you come in. Can you go around to the side where the cleansing water is and just thank you? So, I've been setting up for a while tonight. This will be a really special night for us. Here comes Judas. Judas, you're supposed to go around to the back side and have your feet washed first. Okay. Judas keeps the purse, the common purse for us. So I'm glad to see him because, well, we have money that we have to settle with. The room was given to us tonight, but there was food to buy and things to prepare. So I'm glad Judas is here and he'll be able to pay some of the bills that we have. Hi, Thomas. Yep, I know you didn't think we were going to be here, but we are. So you're supposed to go around to the backside and have your feet cleansed first. Yep, teacher's back there. He'll tell you all about it. Okay. And I see another group. It's the rest of them. Just go around to the back. Yeah, you're supposed to go around through the cleansing water room first. Jesus is going to cleanse your feet. I know. I don't know. You have to talk to him about that. So, eventually, all the feet are cleaned and we're all in here together. We sit down to have our Passover meal. And as we're sitting here, I notice that there's something going on. It's kind of strange over there. It's between a couple of the disciples. And I hear Jesus say, one of you will betray me tonight. And we're sitting around eating. And I'm thinking, this is really strange. And we all say, is it I? Is it I? Is it I? And then Judas says, is it I, Lord? And then Jesus says, go quickly and do what you have to do. And so Judas gets up and Judas, don't go. Where are you going? Just come on back and finish Passover with us. You don't have to go anywhere tonight. But Judas just leaves. I think it's because Jesus continually preaches that we're supposed to be sharing with each other. We're supposed to be giving to each other. And Judas in that purse, he feels so responsible for the money. He's worried that we're never going to have enough money to do anything where we go into a town, especially a town like Jerusalem, where everything costs a lot. And so he's worried that there's not going to be enough money. And he feels it's foolish to give money to those who don't have anything. He thinks they got there on their own. They made their own bad decisions, and, well, they should just have to suffer through it. And, of course, Jesus wants to give the money away and makes Judas, it's hard for him. Well, we sit here for a while, and after a little while, Jesus takes the bread and he lifts it up. And he says, a blessing for the bread. And then he takes the bread and he breaks it and hands it to each of us and says, eat this bread. He said, it's my body. Eat this always. And when you eat it, remember me. I'm thinking, remember him? He's standing right here. But then he takes the cup and he holds that up and he blesses it. And he says, everyone drink from this cup. It's a covenant shed in my blood. When you drink this, drink it always. And remember me. And so we're all confused again. We don't understand this. We eat the bread. We drink from the cup. It's kind of quiet. It's a difficult time for all of us. And so after a little while, Jesus had told us all, before we ever came in Jerusalem, that we were going to have Passover. And then he was going to go to the garden to pray. And we all know where that is. So everyone gets up and they're all going out now. And they're all going out to the garden to pray, just over by the Mount of Olives, kind of on the other side of the mount where we came in. So I'm staying back a little bit just to clean up. There's just a little bit that needs to be done here. It's been a strange night for us. You know, we've heard from Jesus, and he talked about so many things. And we're just not sure what to think of it anymore. So I can see them. And they're all going out. They have a torch with them so they can see their way. And I see Jesus going off and the disciples with him. I'm going to see if I can finish up here quick and go with them. Well, that's strange. Judas forgot something. It's the purse. I can't even believe it, that he would forget something as important as this. Like, he does... Oh. I can see Judas and a bunch of people going right now. Judas, what have you done?